In the 15th century, Malmö became one of Denmark's largest and most visited cities, reaching a population of approximately 5,000 inhabitants. That's right, it has become a staple of the heartland of Sweden. Little known fact, it was actually part of Denmark for a little while. Neither one of these teams, well, actually one of them does, have quite a bit to do with Sweden. And the other one, well, hailing from the CIS and Russia, looking to get things done here for the CORSAIR DreamHack Masters. Welcome back, everybody. You can see the teams getting set up now for what is about to be Not a Sincere versus the Ninjas in Pajamas. Me, well, I'm just getting started. Don't mind me as I enjoy my Monster Energy drink. My name is Trey Saranthus, and alongside of me will be that of Chad Burchill and Christine Chi. Hello, and welcome back, Chad.
Hi.
Hello.
I had a good break.
Anything that sticks out to you about today, Chad?
I really liked what was going on with that Fury of Fnatic game. All the overtimes, continuously the back and forth. No, that right there, it was good to see both teams continue to keep that up on the secondary stream in case anybody missed it. But yeah, I'm excited to get this one underway.
Let's do that. Let's start this party off right. Let's get the groups out so we can all see the big picture here. Everybody understands. Christine, I know you love a good bit of bracket talk, so talk to me.
Yes, and we just actually witnessed NiP beating Greyhound, and actually quite a nail-biter, especially that first map coming down to the wire. And now we're facing NiP versus NaVi here. I'm interested to see how this veto actually goes down, because NiP and NaVi, they both don't play Vertigo, and we just witnessed Astralis busting out that Vertigo once again.
Yeah, and obviously for those of you North American fans who are just waking up now, yes, Liquid and EG have been knocked out of the tournament. That is not a misprint, unfortunately, for all of us moving into the playoffs tomorrow. But it has set up a very interesting, I guess, lower bracket game with two teams who maybe we wouldn't have expected to be there with the other names in the pool. Mousesports, yeah, we would have expected. But Greyhound with the Liquid upset, that's wild.
No one expected that.
No, and props to them, right? Because I think Dexter, he's a kid who I used to play against back in the day, right? When I was in Voxem and all that stuff. And I used to think he cheated, because he would always be lurking, he'd always be owning me. And
the right place at the right time.
Yeah, but guess what? He's in the right place at the right time right now, playing some good Counter-Strike.
On land, nonetheless. Yep. Speaking of right place, right time, if you're just tuning in, you've tuned in at the time where Chad is going to give me 3 reasons why.
That one right there, Trace. This is the one I'm looking down here. And the 3 reasons why I am hyped about Navi's future, or still hyped, because I've been getting hyped the entire time. Number 1, it's Blade. This guy here, maybe you haven't heard of him. Well, you probably should. CIS in-game leader of Flipside for some time. Now he's coaching NaVi, and I couldn't be happier. Number 2 is going to be their form so far. The NaVi that we have seen is different to the NaVi of the past. Forget all the NaVis that you've seen before. This one right here is going to be different. Not only do they have their full package in terms of getting Simple off that primary AWPing role, bringing Guardian in, a veteran off that position, they have riflers galore, they're looking juicy, and the individuals, they are exciting me. Moving on to the last point, the future. As Blade gets a longer period of time to build a system with this team, they're going to get more and more exciting to me, because sure, we've got Liquid, we've got EG, they have level bases and they have individuals who can go off. But I want NaVi to become the next Astralis. I want them to follow the pattern, the blueprint that they have, and then turn that into an absolute monster that we haven't seen before, Trace. Something new from the CIS.
Yeah, thank you very much for those reasons. And, you know, you are onto something. What we are going to get into rather quickly is going to be the map veto. Christine, I know you're excited to know what these 3 maps are, and I personally cannot contain myself as to what these maps will be. As it is the last best of 3 of the day, unfortunately, now we have to talk about what the maps are going to be.
I am excited. I mean, it really just comes down to calculating the highest chances of you winning this map, right? And we saw earlier Vitality coming into this series at such a back foot, and you don't want to set yourself up in a position like that. And with NaVi and NiP, it's going to be who's going to bite the bullet, who's going to veto Vertigo first, because neither of these teams have really played it and have really showed us what they're made of on it.
So that comes down to the veto order, right? I think if you're the second team, you could potentially float it through if you want to be a little bit risky, or maybe NaVi don't want to take any chances, because going into this one here, I have them as my favorite. But the thing that both these teams have in common is the unknown, because they both had roster changes. That would mean we'd have to look at tendencies of maps they like to play before. But with NaVi so far, they've even picked us to. So NaVi choosing to pick us to a map that's been weird in their map pool, here you go. So you can see NaVi get an opportunity to float that. I would say the NaVi of old with Zeus and Kane in the team probably would have actually banned Vertigo straight away and not floated it like they have in this regard. So respect there, because that's a good step in the right direction. Start straight away.
So I think NaVi is probably going to end up picking Dust too, huh?
Well, it looked like a map yesterday they were very comfortable on, right? And we saw the rifling over towards that B bomb site from Simple. We saw Guardian moving around with the AWP. So the CT side, I enjoyed it. Let's Overpass.
Okay.
Interesting.
That is interesting, because NiP have been vetoing, like I said, Dust 2 first throughout this entire tournament. So, I mean, I'm assuming then NaVi are really feeling confident on their Overpass, as they should be.
Well, NaVi versus NiP. There's one thing that I want to clarify while we're still standing here. We got the next two bans coming in, but both of these teams have done pretty well here thus far, which means at the conclusion of this, they will either be going to the semifinals or the quarterfinals. Now, our third map being Mirage.
Yeah.
How does that bode towards that progress?
I think the freer map there allows the individuals, like the Twists of the world. You've obviously got Forrest in there who's been having some good performances as well. If it does get to that map and it becomes a bit more brawly, then maybe those individuals can get involved. But when I'm looking at strategies, I'm looking at two different teams. I'm looking at one who has all of the firepower as well as a good foundation, a very basic foundation, but a good foundation now. I look at NiP. They've obviously got names that we've heard of over the years, but they just play, I guess, contacty, the very default style of CS.
Like a very, I don't think the word would be rigid, but it would be like a very normal style of CS. But enough about what I have to say. Let's actually hear what the players have to say themselves.
Let's go of North to pull it off, but we'll see what can be done here. They've managed to bait us some bullets here, not taking any chances just yet. The boom exchanges that, an absolute nuke deployed towards the monster tunnel. Looks to be a clean sweep, and Flamey confirms it.
The people in all Scandinavia, their passion for Counter-Strike is huge, so playing here in Malmö in the arena will be huge.
So now the shot of confidence Stanley does.
Oh, it's simple to try and save the day for NaVi. Optic starting to flood in, the smoke arrives, so does the nade, and Simple, he's not done! Oh, he's doing it on his own! It's a one-man army, another one for Simple! B-site is his, he demands the respect.
3 years ago, I was here in DreamHack Masters 2016 when NiP won. And now in 2019, I'm playing for NiP and we're gonna play on stage in front of a home crowd. So it feels amazing. It's a dream coming true for me, really.
Running out of time, clearing the corner, Rez needs to die now, and now all onto Lekro. The bomb's not planted for him, it's frozen on the defuse. Great first frag, he can do this, he's got the time, and Lekro, 4 frags in that round.
For now, I think Simple, Electronic, and even Flamey, Boomage, they are on a very high individual level, so I'm sure that Simple and Electronic, they will go crazy.
Are you ready for the game, NaVi? Because we are.
That's right, pointing down the barrel would be Forrest, but out of the trees will come NaVi. First and foremost, Boomage, Guardian, Flamey, Simple, and Electronic here representing the not as sincere side. And so far, so good for this NaVi team.
Yeah, and normally we just focus on the one-man Simple, so we may as well do it again, right? This guy on the screen right here, I guess you could go into the discussion of being the best player of all time, or the best player in the world right now, or the best player in general. But
it's up there.
Yeah, and the point is, one of the points that I really like to push home with Simple, and now the new direction this roster has gone, is that he has been freed up from the primary AWP role. I've had a debate with some people on podcasts about whether or not he should be the primary AWPer in the team or not. Now, I was always on the side that he should be freed up to be able to make plays like this. You don't want somebody who can be as good as this guy right here, restricted to a role, which sometimes forces you to be passive.
Yeah, you don't want Kobe Bryant stuck to guarding the rim, right?
What game's that, football?
Yes, that would be American soccer.
You know I'm not good with the round ball sports.
That's fine. Anyway, so just talking a little bit about Simple in this lineup, he's pretty versatile, can do whatever he wants, but it's all at the helm of Boomage, who we have on the screen right now.
Yes, and Boomage just recently joined up this roster. Being from that in-game leader category, he's come into this lineup, and there was a little bit of fear from my side with him coming into such a stacked roster, having Simple on your left and Zeus on your right and Electronic, and seeing if he's going to be able to find his voice, because we saw that in the past with Electronic. When he first joined this lineup, he kind of struggled to find his voice and find himself within this lineup, and of course he's blossomed and he's looking really good, and so Boomage also is looking really good. He's that aggressive in-game leader. He's the guy who's going to gain you space and gain you those advantages. Yep,
and that's what you're going to be looking for, is those openings. Speaking of openings, let's open up the tables right now. Let's open it all up and start talking about the hometown heroes in the Ninjas in Pajamas. Forrest, Twist, Lekro, Rez, Plopsky, and they want to make a big statement here, not only because the CORSAIR DreamHack Masters and all of the prestige, but because they're at home.
Yeah, and they've already made it to that arena, right? So that's a big thing ticked off the bucket list, I suppose, here for their tenure at the DreamHack Masters in Malmö. So job one done, but we want to continue to see more good stuff out of this team. And that's not because, we want to see them necessarily go through and win. Maybe the Swedes do, but we want to see Swedish Counter-Strike start heading back in the right direction. And this man right here was added to the team, and he's been able to take over that primary AWPing position. Another team who's done that, right? This is going to free Forrest up, a beast of the past, someone who can AWP, can rifle, can pistol, can do it all. So Twist Twist coming into this team. It's a move which we questioned why hadn't it happened a lot earlier. Apparently he had turned down all the offers, but getting benched from Fnatic after they had a poor major run, well, he was straight in the door, and he can find impact in this team because I don't think he needs to be a AWPer who's like a JW going super aggressive or anything like that. He just needs to kind of fill a role, hit a couple of AWP shots, and allow the other players around him to get the job done.
He definitely doesn't, and NiP have been missing that primary AWPer for quite some time, and we went through a period in Counter-Strike there where the AWP really kind of fell off the map. It wasn't quite as impactful as it used to be, but we're kind of going back into the era where teams are really relying on that AWP, not so much for the scoreboard, but the impact it brings in their strategy, the impact it brings in their approach to the maps. It allows your players like Forrest and Rez to freely make space and get more closer to those bomb sites, understanding and knowing that Twist has your back if somebody pops a flash and peeks. And there's just so many gimmicky ways that the defenders have found to capitalize whenever teams are focusing on spacing. So an AWP really in the back foot is going to help NiP out.
Yeah, and there's a real chance here with ops coming out to play with both sides. I mean, we're talking about, at least with the NaVi side, we've seen the double op setup. Now we're going to get a chance to see what it can do against the Ninjas in Pajamas. As I ask you all to vote in Twitch chat, you know the routine, you know how this works, you know exactly what I need you to do. We'll fast forward it on into the head-to-head. Boomich versus Plopsky. Why, Chad, why?
They're the youngsters of both squads, right? Plopsky we've already seen earlier in the week. He was here a couple of years ago cheering these guys on, and now he's actually playing for the team. So he's got the fairy tale story right there. Boomich, on the other hand, as we heard Christine outline earlier, he's come into this team, and sure, there's a lot of big names around him, but he had a period of time on Windstrike. You know, he got to play within the majors with them, and he was picking up in-game leading quite early. When he came into this team, it was rumored that he was meant to be getting groomed by Zeus to pick up the in-game leader role down the track. So these are interesting and very contrasting careers that these two players have had in a very short time.
Yeah, and also the path that they're on. It'll be interesting to see how this all shapes up at the end of the CORSAIR DreamHack Masters, but as it seems that we're right in the middle of it. This being the last best of 3 of the group stage days, we also have to take a look as to who's going to win this one. Christine, please, tell us who's going to win out of NaVi versus NiP.
You know, both these teams are already qualified through, so that's good news. I'm going to have to go with NaVi on here. Man, I'm totally behind this simple move. I'm totally behind the Blade hype train, and your 3 reasons why definitely hype me up for it, but yeah, I'm going to go with NaVi.
Yeah, this is what I've always wanted from NaVi, for them to be able to get to a point where they have all of the stars and somebody who knows how to control them. And Blade is somebody who, if I haven't said it enough, ladies and gentlemen, over the last couple of days, has either played with or coached or handpicked these players at one point in his career. It's a long career, that's for sure, and I know that him as a coach for this squad is going to take them in the right direction. So I'm going to have to go with NaVi.
Yeah, simply put. And for me, well, I'm simply going to put NaVi down too. No explanation needed. I have a soft spot for the region, and I also have a soft spot for what is NaVi and the project that they have right now. It makes a lot of sense to me on paper. It makes a lot of sense to me in the server. So we'll continue down that path and get in the game itself. The server I talked about is ready to go. The map is Overpass, and that's where we're going to find ourselves in this first best of 3 between these two teams. We'll be kicking over to the commentators right about now. Yeah.
We did it.
Nice. That was good timing. He nailed that.
Yeah, not bad at all. Yeah, this is going to be a crazy game. I really look forward to this. I don't really mind that the analysts are picking NaVi. I think that is the reasonable choice, but NiP are in a fun place too. Some of the youngsters are, I don't know, I kind of enjoy watching Rez and Plopsky as well. I think there's something to be worked with here.
I think Plopsky is, I'm really interested to see where it goes. That's such a cool story that's kind of emerged throughout the early stages of this DreamHack Masters about how he was here in 2016 when NiP won the first DreamHack Masters in Malmö, and he was here cheering on NiP for his idols of Get Right and Force. Got to play with, obviously, them for some time before Get Right's departed the roster. I just have a really tough time. It feels like Swedish Counter-Strike for the past like 2 years has been riding on potential of some of these young stars. And for whatever reason, I feel like they haven't delivered to the same level that people were expecting them to. You know, like Rez, I feel like is, I too really enjoy watching Rez. I think Lekro is pretty good as well. But at the same time, like that kind of impact that they're supposed to be having in the server isn't converting wins in the matches that they're playing, and that's got to be a worrying factor.
Yeah, for a country that's you know, internationally recognized for all of their meatballs, they're really lacking the balls in the game here. That's a problem, isn't it?
I was wondering where you're going to go with the meatball thing.
You never know.
Listen, Italian meatballs are way better than Swedish meatballs.
That's actually inarguable, isn't it? Like, you will never even get close to winning that argument.
I'm so sorry, Swedes. It's a hard reality. We all have to accept difficult truths in our lives. That's just one of them that you have to take on the chin.
Yeah, I think
those balls right to the chin.
I just think there's no other way. There's no way around that. Well, now that we've got into the right mood at the beginning of this game, we're We're going to go right into it here. CORSAIR DreamHack Masters, it's NaVi and NiP, and winner goes to go to the semi-final, loser to the quarterfinals. We have to play an extra day, which is definitely worth thinking about as well. Rez and Twist set up with a crossfire here, but there is going to be 3 people coming in. Boomich is there, he's got a flashbang. I don't know if they're going to use it for this corner. That might be a little bit too much. I'm guessing they're just going to want to take a close-range fight here with the Glocks. Rez goes down, and Twist, oh, he's not happy about this, surely. Yeah, they're going to come check him. He actually gets a kill and even takes down Boomich. I can't believe it.
Almost like we didn't even get to see that shot before he goes down. Plopsky's going to get punished. Good hold from Flamey. And now they can start slowly encroaching. It's Forrest here. One of the veterans, immediate headshot. No follow-up. No one else was ready. Simple and Guardian too far back to trade that kill or take advantage of the positioning. Forrest going to go back for more. He's got Guardian in the fight he wants, but he overextends. He's picked off from the other angle, or at least distracted from the other angle, and the bomb's going to get planted. Lekro, no kit, 1 versus 2.
Oh, well, that's a clean kill. Guardian just wanted the peek. Got a bit more than he asked for. Now Simple on the other side, though, with the P250, you hate to see that of your Lekro. You just know that won't be easy. He has no smoke and no kit, so even getting Simple to take a straight-up fight with him won't be easy, and he's already kind of running out of time to do that. He's going to tap the bomb once, and that was his chance, and Simple took it away from him.
I actually don't even know if he got a chance in the end. Immediate headshot from Simple, and just stellar shots from both teams. That sequence from Twist, I mean, this is just a contact play Guardian with a beautiful opening, but the follow-up from Twist is something special there to even keep them in this round, but just headshots traded back and forth, and eventually...
Somebody could, I've just realized, somebody could make like a really sad movie that would leave us all crying at the end with Forrest as the last ninja, you know? Sort of like the last time around. He's cutting out the hair for it as well. Last one left in the team kind of thing.
Yeah, and also the last one is a white guy, so that's cool.
That's also true. That's carrying on that tradition. Apparently meant to be. Second round, and we have got some scouts in place and Deagles there on the NiP side. See if they could do a bit of damage in this round. Popsky, ooh, he actually had his crosshair in the wrong position. Flamey had the right idea for that peek. He was just so quick to adjust. That's kind of beautiful.
Yeah, that's a really good shot. But can they still stop this play through Monster? Electronic Guardian and Boomich coming through. Plopsky gonna have another chance, but yeah, see, that creep out, he just had a wide angle before Plopsky ever realized it. And Electronic is gonna follow up with another kill, and that's gonna open the B bomb site. That'll give them the foothold they need. Ooh, good shot from Rez. That kill allows them to stick around and take a few more fights and see if they can, thin out the herd of NaVi before they actually decide to commit or save. But Lekro is just so low, and the scouts are not geared for this kind of situation.
Yeah, probably slightly praying that maybe they would have had another connection with the smoke. They are committed to this a lot more than I was expecting. I don't actually think this is necessarily a great idea, especially the scouts. And they're both going to be going down. Boomich will absolutely love that fight. And yeah, maybe, I mean, it's not such a big deal, but I guess it's a little bit of a shame that they can't put some of those guns in the next round.
I mean, still difficult to even win the next round, even with the scouts. So, yeah, going for the retake, felt comfortable in that 3 versus 3, and obviously it's ripped out of their hands. Good start for NaVi. 3 players surviving. Now the MAC-10 is out. Flamey sticks to a Deagle, doesn't invest in an upgraded, an SMG or a rifle. So playing the money game. And obviously able to scout as well with that Deagle if he chooses to. Boomich is going to be forced away pretty quick with the dink from Rez. Must have been through a wall. A nice shot from Flamey. Second time Plopsky's gotten caught getting aggressive by sandbags.
Chance for Lekro. Usually a pretty good position, because it is kind of hard to take that fight if you're coming in from the T side, but they did fine.
I think the Guardian edition of this team is so cool in a way. Like I don't necessarily have high hopes for it, and I've been relatively critical of Guardian from his time in FaZe, but I'm really interested to see, because I start to second guess that when if Guardian's going to perform really well in NaVi and FaZe is going to continue to have struggles, then all of a sudden you look at it and you say, well, maybe it wasn't Guardian that was having a tough time. Maybe there's something going on in that team, and you've seen his interviews. He just called the last year a waste of time.
Yeah, I thought that was...
I feel like there's like a saga, there's like an extra saga to that story that is going to unfold now that Guardian has left this team.
I quite enjoy that. I feel like very often, I mean, maybe for good reason, I'm not even saying that I would necessarily be much different, but there is a sort of a tendency for people to say, everything's fine, wasn't anybody's fault and nobody's to blame, and it's like, it's kind of refreshing, saying, you know what, I'm just not happy with the time spent, basically.
Well, he also outlined it in a pretty big way as well. He's like, I'm not even like blaming anyone for it. It just got to a point where in the team there was some kind of atmosphere, some kind of culture in that FaZe team that didn't allow them to improve over the year that he was there. So I just think that's in my head, that's one of the stories I'm following for just in terms of Guardian's career, in terms of Guardian's you know, performance on this NaVi squad.
In some ways, Guardian is like the original version of Simple. Because you remember before he started joining some of those international rosters where he was playing in sort of Slovakia, or still playing out of Slovakia, but he was playing in all these weird sort of teams where he was just the ultimate superstar, like way above everybody else. And they were actually dangerous because of him. But it was one of those scenarios again where if he didn't have a 30+ kill game, then maybe they just didn't do even get close to winning.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Guardian was on the Virtus Pro lineup that ended NiP's streak in the early days of CS:GO as well. I think so, wasn't it? I could be wrong.
That could be true. That's hard. You're asking a lot out of me.
Yeah, that's like what, 6 years ago now.
My brain is like, it's not geared for things like that. If you want facts about UFOs, Moz, I'm here for you.
Yeah, it's not geared for a whole lot of useful things.
No, like tell you a lot about conspiracy theories as well. But
yeah, you brought up the idea of fighting with a calculator in Counter-Strike. That was.
Yeah, that was. I forgot about that.
Yeah, you've had a Bruno Mars reference this week as well.
Listen, I need to warm up into the tournament as well. Like, guys, give me a break.
It's not firing at all cylinders at the moment, but we'll get there.
When we get to the arena, it'll be much better.
We'll get playoff Anders.
Yeah, exactly.
Mac 10 on Boomich, and they talked about him on the desk, the leader that's going to go from the front, that's going to create space for his teammates, and that's what this Mac 10 is designed to do. But even space in front might not matter if Rez is coming from behind like this.
Yeah, if Twist can just stay alive, if you can get a kill, that's even better. But just staying there, there's Electronic going down. They will burn him, but the flank is so quick. And there's only 20 seconds. If they try and put the bomb down in the right place, actually, it might already be a little bit of trouble here. 15 seconds, and now they picked up the bomb again, but Forest coming in, and yeah, they have to stop the plant now, instead go for the fight, and I think that's probably it. Simple in a 1 versus 2. He's going to get the 1 kill by the Necro. Quick with the return. That is still a scary end to the round, but NiP will win it, and only barely. So, in some sense, they are still not out of the woods. Well, do you know what that saying comes from?
Not out of the woods?
Yeah.
I would imagine at some point in the history of mankind, it kind of sucked to be lost deep in the woods.
Yeah, I
feel like there was probably a low percentage chance of survival at a certain time in human history if you were deep into the woods.
Wolves,
animals everywhere.
Bears and.
I think bears are the big one. Wolves are usually okay.
Yeah.
They like to avoid people, but bears, they'll mess you up. They're no joke.
I've never run into a bear in real life, but I hear you've had some experiences.
I've never ran into an aggressive bear in real life, which is nice, but I have been closer than you would say was comfortable. It was a cool experience because I didn't get attacked, but yeah, they're big, man.
Yeah,
you do not want to get in a fight with a bear.
I'll try and avoid it for the most part, but maybe that's it. NiP, they don't have to deal with any bears, but they do have to deal with Simple, and that
it's very similar to a bear. Yes.
Could be even worse, maybe.
A grizzly. The grizzly of Counter-Strike.
And then Guardian as well, 72 already. Simple 5-1, going into round number 5 here after a quick timeout. And yeah, they need to win this follow-up round. It's not that it doesn't matter that they won the last round in NiP, but if they can't win this one, then it's not really going to be that much of a difference, really.
And that's what makes NaVi even losing, maybe not happy, but they're fine with taking that loss because it came down to just the one player. There's just no money built up on NiP quite yet, and we know these early resets in these halves for the defensive sides can be so difficult to recover from. That would be a huge test for this NiP roster. Simple is going to be coming up the stairs. He's got that Krieg, and he's got a boost to contend with. Rez, all about timing. You can see him looking at both different angles. He knows the possibility is there. Is there going to be a flashbang? That is the question. Flamey does not have one for Simple to come up these stairs, and that might be why he's not peeking. Oh.
The timing there, really close, leaving the MP9 up close, and wow, that opening it's way too much. Twist, even going to check it. Electronic just running and gunning, and I don't know.
You got to feel so much. That is entirely down to timing. I think even when he looked back, he realized that someone had gotten past his crosshair. Lekro is very close to this. He's got the kill, but he needs to start thinking of a way to retreat before they decide to go on the hunt. There is no way they're going to recover this, and Plopsy's already called for the save the other side of the map, and Simple wants to stop that from happening, and I think he's going to. I think he's going to get that.
Which is kind of an issue because...
Yeah, now they can really pick up the hunt.
Yeah, there's no way out. That was the escape route. The extraction zone, where the choppers were going to come in, fly them out. I don't know.
Again,
I've never actually obviously been in the SWAT team myself, so...
Yeah, well, that's no surprise.
Yeah, don't think I'm cut out for it.
It's not the lifestyle you want to lead. Lekro is going to be able to save the Krieg, but that's got to be disheartening for the NiP roster. Immediately put back to pistols, just USPs. They can't even really invest a whole lot in this round. Maybe some upgrade, maybe like a couple Deagles, P250s. We've seen the 5.7 is having a bit of a resurgence, a bit of fun with the pro teams right now. But really, NiP goal number 1 is just to preserve as much as possible. So 2 P250s, a Deagle, and a flashbang picked up.
I mean, that Krieg, send it out for a kill. Just get that early headshot, steal a rifle. Guardian, he's so ready for this. They do boost it up, and actually, he's not ready at all. I take it all back. It looked like he had the crosshair in the right place. They're going to be losing Twist, who was boosting up, but it's still a pretty good trade. Now, how much, like, winning one more fight like that, with it, especially if they don't get returned on, that could get really interesting.
Boomich. Looking for anything. This is, NaVi's set up very passively.
Yeah, I mean, they probably want to avoid...
any of the crazy pushes, the crazy angles that might come out.
Yeah, which is fine. I mean, the only thing, they still got more than a minute. They've used a lot of grenades, actually.
Yeah, I was going to say, normally I'd be a little bit worried about the utility that they have, but they have such an advantage in terms of weaponry. They just have to worry about Lekro. Once they get him on the board, things get so much easier.
Look at the off angle that he's got. He's really gambling on the idea that they're going to make a mistake, and they do. Big kill coming through. Flamey, especially because I think Boomich had already passed when the smoke was up, so I think Flamey just probably assumed incorrectly that position was cleared, and Lekro, he would have died going to that angle, but he's still here. Rez, there's going to be a flashbang. He sees the gun barrel, and that makes him stick around. Somehow still living, and now Lekro turning around. That's 3 kills in the round for him. Fantastic job, but it might not be enough. Forrest is quite far away with the flank. Plupski, he's here with the P250, and he can't stop the bomb from going down. And Simple and Electronic, that's a deadly duo to fight against.
Forrest has picked up an AWP. Forrest has picked up an AWP, and he's got the pick from Electronic at range. It's all on Simple. He's trying to creep back. Plopski can just barely not see him. There it is. There's the spot. Simple response in kind, and now he's created the opening. He can get away from the AWP, and all of a sudden, Forrest and Plopski, they had a chance, but this is so desperate now. No kit. It has to be a smoke defuse.
A 10-second smoke defuse. How do I don't
Back
even,
away.
Yeah, he can't even do that. It's so unlikely. I'm not even sure Simple knew. He just said, I'm just going to try and shoot through this way. I've got no other choice.
Yeah, I think he recognized that was really the only angle that he could be spotted from.
Wow.
When he looked around. What a narrow victory. Oh, and even dies at the end. So, NiP get to save the AWP. That's a victory, I think, of coming out of that. Nice job from Lekko with that triple kill. And while we're here, I will say I'm mistaken. Thank you for Twitter for keeping me honest. I said I might be mistaken, though. Guardia was not on the team that ended Verz's streak. It was Doja.
Oh, of course. How could we forget?
I know. We really need to start working on that alternate or the augmented reality concept of having Doja on the desk at every event. I think that could be a key to making, Counter-Strike. There's all this conversation about being profitable. I think if Doja's on every desk, we bring in the millions.
I've got an entirely useless follow-up to that. I'll save it for a round where they're not this close. Great grenade to start off with. They're trying to get through. Monster and Electronic just absolutely overrunning the bomb site. That is so dangerous. Forrest gets a kill in return, but that's going to be a bomb plant right away. And
it's also a save call immediately. Twist has already bailed out of this fight. He's so far away.
Yeah, and I think Rez needs to move from here as well. Like, once you call that save, you don't want to be losing any more rifles. Well, now I've got my chance.
Yeah, this is your moment.
Do you remember those? Do you remember back in, like, this would have been like 5th grade or something?
Okay.
Where people had those like Tamagotchi things. Like
yeah, the Tamagotchis. Yeah.
What if you made one where it's Doja that you hand on like a little thing?
As the creature that you have to like feed and grow into an adult and keep alive? That'd be kind of cool.
I think that would sell a lot.
Certainly within the Counter-Strike community.
Yeah, it's a big community we've got going on.
Now, nobody take that idea. Scout's honor.
Yeah, and or if you do, just, pay Doja. Get him paid.
Tamagotchi Doja. That's one of your better. We said you're an idea man.
Yeah, I came up with that quickly, but I think it can work out.
Okay.
I think there's a way to do that. Maybe, I mean, we've got some fairly advanced AI stuff growing as well. So so you could probably make it much more interesting now. Maybe
Yeah.
it could give you little hints, little...
A whole personality.
Yeah, all that. I think that would be...
I'm licking my lips in anticipation for that.
Well, I can't blame you. 8th round. Ooh. That is dangerous, Lecro. That is just so dangerous. They need to turn the ship around right here, NiP, right now.
This might be a very similar hit that we just saw in the previous round. Boomich is starting to clear out towards Playground if NaVi want to readdress and clear out bathrooms at some point. Maybe just making sure there's no aggression, but I mean, that was essentially all 5 players from NaVi very far back and leaning towards B. Now at a minute and 10 seconds, everyone's kind of shifting back as well as Boomich and Electronic work together to make sure there's no aggression on this side of the map. And they have not yet encountered the AWP of Twist.
He's waiting for it. He was waiting for that jump. He actually got that shot on Guardian, but obviously it goes through some of the walls, so he'll stay alive, but that's pretty cool.
That's a nice piece of damage early on. And now readdressing towards long, and Boomich was clear in the corner. Rez is going to find him.
And Forrest was actually spamming through the smoke to help out. That's kind of important. But yeah, looks like they might want to go for something similar here. The Molotovs are going to be running into the corner where Plopsky is, and he doesn't have any smokes to put them out. So yeah, he just has to try and fall back. Early grenade if they'd run into it. Actually, the Molotov went a little bit too short, so he can still stay in this corner. That's kind of dangerous if they don't check it. Simple gets a kill, but they're not looking for it. They thought that was already burned out, and they are not going to stand a chance here.
There's that early damage on the Guardian coming in as well. An easy cleanup, an easy transfer for Plopsky to be able to eliminate the NaVi Opper. And 8 seconds left, and Simple has to decide if he wants to maybe try and take one gun away, try and die before the time is out, because it doesn't look like he's close enough to save. Maybe he wanted the AWP. He's not even going to get that chance. Triple kill for Plopsky on the defense, partially because, as you said, that misplaced Molotov.
Yeah, that could be really dangerous when you make sort of a... I mean, it's a mistake that you can't know that you're making it, right? Heads up play from Plopsky as well, falling back into the corner, sort of realizing as he was falling back that, wait a minute, I could actually use this.
I could actually just chill here. Maybe have a s'more, roast a marshmallow. Some spam.
I've done that forever. That's
I did it recently for the first time in about a decade. They're still delicious. Flamey takes some early damage as well, down to 31. But again, NaVi lined up as if this is just going to be a straight up B hit.
And, I mean, it's been working out for them. Boomich is checking the other side, making sure that there's nobody ready to flank them. Even creating just a little bit of a distraction here and a little bit of noise, trying to keep people. But Forrest and Twist are already falling back, and Electronic right on that edge. Plopsky's going to see them coming. There's the Molotov, and this time he's going to be smoking it off. But that is a heavy grenade landing inside of the monster tunnel, and actually, there is a ringing. They just don't want any more of this. Boomich just snuck past Rez over on the other side, so now things are getting really weird.
Oh, this could get so weird. Yeah, Twist is going to have no idea. He might just get blindsided. The tough part as well, though, is almost like Boomich, I don't know if he realizes that,
I don't think he does.
Rez is there, but like he has to know he hasn't cleared out bathrooms, right? So even if you call your team back, and the question now becomes, NaVi's still lined up at the B bomb site. They're not falling all the way back, so surely Boomich is meant to find an opening, find some kind. Oh, there's the shot, jumping over. Boomich shot the whole way, and that's where Twist is going to be upset. Rez is still pushed out across the map, and he'll have no idea how Boomich got here.
No, but he's going to call it to his team that, wait a minute, they're actually not outside. Plopsky and Lecro are falling back. Forrest is falling back to try and find Boomich. This is just chaos all across the map now. Low on health is Flamey. It's Guardian carrying the bomb with that AWP at the moment, but Boomich is going to come in from behind, get that kill. 8 seconds left. They need that bomb plant right now, and that is barely going to come through with Guardian on the bomb side inside of the smoke. He's got no way out, and Forrest will give him with a double kill at the end there. That, I don't know. You are going to need some... You're going to need a lot of computer. You need way more than a calculator. You're going to need that IBM supercomputer to try and figure out how many ways that could have played out.
Well, that's the thing. How often do you see a defense survive a backstab of that level? Boomich getting the first in the A bomb site, no one really rotating from B a whole lot, and Boomich even adding one more when the hit does come in, yet still NiP win every other battle. That's massive. And even on a deeper level,
yes,
I think that's NiP like winning that round that is one thing that is going to allow Twist and Rez to kind of laugh that one off. And be like, yeah, that's a weird situation that probably won't happen again. But if they lose that, Twist is very frustrated.
Yeah, that's going to be super annoying. Watson, I believe it's called, the IBM AI program, I want to say.
Okay. Do they name it after Sherlock Holmes?
I'm not 100%. Is it the Microsoft one? I can't remember. But
I'm not sure.
One of those.
You're way deeper down that rabbit hole than I am.
It's you know, it's the stuff that keeps you up at night. Artificial intelligence, you know, gotta be worried about that stuff. 6-3 though. I don't want to panic anyone. I'm just saying that, you know,
your life
it'll take over the whole world.
Essentially going to be over pretty soon. So don't be worried.
But don't be scared. 9-3 for Simple. He's off to a pretty hot start, and Guardian is not that far behind him. But NiP finally win the economic battle. They managed to stabilize things a little bit here. You have to assume that they will. And then they could still have a pretty good first half. NaVi just were off to a very hot start, so I feel like it was kind of now or never for NiP to actually slow this down.
That's the tough part, is if you're NaVi, you're sitting at a very good amount of rounds already. So anything you add on top of this is icing on the cake. And you have to imagine they're going to win 1 or 2 more throughout this half. Let's see how much this NiP defense can withstand. 4 Deagles, P250, and a flashbang.
Forrest and Lekro with a bit of a boost, I think. Yeah. So they're boosted for the potential railing boost.
It's a lot of manpower at the B bomb site, though. If one of these Deagles gets a fortunate headshot attacking A, good shot from Rez, a good spray from Rez. Boomich is taken down again, though. He is the player leading that attack at the front, and there's no follow-up. NaVi have not done a great job of trading some of the initial kills throughout this map, even though they have that 6-3 lead, and now the AWP just comes into play. It is just a long-range barrage against these pistols. Forrest and Lekro now adding onto the defense, bolstering their hold as well.
And I love Twist falling back in that moment, just saying, if I cover long and if anyone shows up, I've done everything I need. I already got the first 2 kills. That's going to be the first kill, but that's still going to be just fine. I kind of want to see them do that boost again, just because if you're NaVi and you try and like if you set up on that little railing down there, you're not even expecting to take a fight, right? You're going to be both ducked, and the idea is that it's only when you stand up that you're actually in a fight.
Right.
But I'm pretty sure that if you do that and you stay ducked, you're going to get shot down from that boost, and that'll be so annoying. So, worth maybe revisiting at some point.
Deep nade. NiP doing some good utility damage so far in this game. Got 170 utility damage on Lekro, 132 on Plopsky, over towards that B bomb. So we've seen multiple phenomenal nades drop in towards Monster Tunnel, and NaVi come out with a boost of their own.
Yeah, just landing Simple on top of that, able to get the kill. And they actually have, NiP have a boost still on the other side of that wall. They had 4 people down at that B bomb site. And the only thing they get out of it is an early loss of Twist, and they still have no idea what's going on.
Well, Rez is all the way along as well, so even if there was noise made towards bathrooms, he knows the smoke is up, but he doesn't know any progression. So NiP going to take a bit of a gamble, bit of a risk. Leave Lekro alone at this B bomb site. He's just smoked the Monster Tunnel, so he can feel safe for a little bit of time, but they want to get players over to the A bomb site just in case. Rez is going to be in a battle pretty soon here with Boomich, and he misses his chance. That's a long way to fall back as well. But the Molotov might buy him the time needed.
That's a huge grenade, actually. That's pretty well done. Grenade landing right next to Electronic. Plopsky playing close, but surely he's waiting inside. They're going to re-smoke it in time. It lands right on top of him, and Forrest will pick up a kill on Guardian. 30 seconds left, and Plopsky close, and he might be the last defense here almost. Well, actually, everyone's rotated in now. 25 seconds, and they bring the bomb back to B. That's a really amazing late round call coming in from NaVi. Could be the absolute perfect move. Plopsky could catch Boomich as he's rotating back, and yeah, he's going to be going down, but that still might not be enough here. It's still a 2-on-3. And are they going to be able to do anything? A little bit of a chance here. Lekro will get a kill on Simple, but oh, he's actually on 1 health. Lekro, 40 had already almost died.
Might as well be. Now, certainly you can't go for it as Lekro. No health for this. You do have a kit, but somehow he's going to muster up the courage to walk in with the cover of the smoke, and now that it fades, I think this is where you see there's no real chance whatsoever. Time to start backing away, get away from the explosion, get away from the blast radius. And NaVi's going to take a 7th.
Man, that was on the edge. It was closer than it seemed. Still a very impressive call from NaVi to be doing that so late in the round. There is always a risk. I mean, that there's somebody hiding in a corner you don't know about. When you're that low on the clock, you can throw away the whole round, but they did that perfectly. Fair bit of money on NiP though, having won 3 rounds in a row, so at least they don't have to deal with that right away.
No, but it certainly has to feel like it's coming. Plopsky down to 400 after this buy. Enough cash built up. Rez is going to have whatever investment he wants. So yeah, they have another plenty of money for another buy after this. 3 players towards B. Simple in the underpass. Boomich heading towards playground. The default setup for NaVi. Molotov is extinguished. This is an interesting angle for Rez. He's got information, he can have timing, he can find this kill. Boomich has largely been left to clear this part of the map all on his own, but he's not going to be too aggressive with it. Still, there's no effective fake. Like, none of this utility is going to call anyone back, especially when that kill comes out. And NaVi might just hit the go button right now.
I'm thinking, why not? Electronic certainly made his way through the tunnel. Plopsky goes down to Simple, and Lekro. Oh, the timing through, as Flamey had a grenade in his hand. That's huge, and also because they've taken up the space behind him inside of the B bomb site, so he sort of had to do something there. Another 3-on-3 here, similar to the last round, although NiP a little bit healthier. Maybe they could do it. Guardian, that's a good kill on Forest, and once again, NiP. I feel like they've had so many rounds like this where it's like, does not even make sense to try and go for it. And they kind of need, they actually need both these rifles to have a buy in the next round. Man, this is, it started out really difficult for the Swedes, but it's getting worse now.
This B bomb site has been so difficult for NiP to hold. I think playing up against Simple if you're Plopsky has got to be like the worst welcome to the pros moment.
Yeah.
Congrats for achieving your dreams. Now you've got me to deal with.
Just up the difficulty a little bit too much. Just...
Yeah, maybe crank it back down to normal instead of hard.
That's a good boost to begin with, but yeah. On the other hand, you know, you may as well get used to it. Early on, everyone has to deal with it.
8-4. Phenomenal offensive side for Mirage out of NaVi. And it appears it's very possible this just keeps building for the next 3 rounds, especially if NiP run out of funds here. That would give NaVi such an advantage. Gone away from that heavy play outside of the B bomb site right off the bat. Now they're going to systematically clear underpass. Boomich and Guardian as well towards playground and fountain. They can combine to help control bathrooms, and already some information has been spotted. Twist is forced back. Rez is backing off as well. A lot of utility used by the defense at this A bomb site.
Man, Lekro's very much alone, isn't he? He's falling back now, but I was going to say that's potentially a bit disturbing. Plopsky's inside of the B bomb site, so I don't mind that they have 3 people at the A bomb side, and I guess they're rotating Force back now, but I almost feel like if they have that, they probably need to be a little bit more aggressive with the information. Oh, that could have been the end for Twist.
I was going to say, there was maybe a half second where Boomich was scoped up that whole time and he just let it go. Back to the B bomb site. That's a huge pick to get. The rest of your team is at the other side of the map, and Guardian has actually forced this defense to thin out. Lekro has backed off towards Graffiti. That leaves Plopsky as the only point man inside the site. Now that Guardian's gone down, here we go. Good Molotov to disjoint Boomich from the attack, but still so much pressure.
25 seconds here for NaVi to get that bomb down, but they've got a good shot at it. Lekro applying some pressure, and there's Forrest with a headshot. A good follow-up from Lekro, and this seems very doable now. Only 14 seconds. They nearly lined up for what would have been a devastating double kill, but instead, it's simpler than 1 versus 4, and he just doesn't have the time for it, and they're going to leave him alone, which I think is a good idea. You need the guns at this point. Oh, wow. Don't play this game. It is not worth it. Another round for NiP, 8-5 now, and I don't know. They just need every single thing they can get right here.
That's such a critical round for NiP, because look at the money pressure it puts on NaVi. They're going to have a very, very interesting buy coming out. Simple will be able to buy up nades around this. Actually, excuse me, doesn't even go for that. He drops a Galil over instead of the nades. So they get as many rifles on board as possible. AWP on Guardian, it's the utility they got to be worried about. Only 2 players with really any kind of nades to discuss.
Rez and Twist with a bit of aggression. Twist going to take that first shot on Boomich, smoking it off. Now Rez is not going to peek behind it over long, at least doing it very slowly. Could have maybe tried to use it, and yeah, he's just slowly sneaking in, which is absolutely dangerous, but if timing works out here, it could also be genius. Oh, look at that. Nearly a double. Simple down to 31.
It actually didn't work out. He wanted to go for that flank, right?
Yeah.
Still, good on him to get the 1 kill, deal massive damage to Simple.
Or Twist. If he falls back too soon without checking, he's going to slow it down, and Guardian was there. I thought maybe it was going to be Electronica was a bit closer to get the first engagement. Well, that reminds them of that Guardian AWP, but a 2-on-3. Can they make this work? Simple surely is going to be the one to try and put the bomb down, but then he has to trust in Guardian even being able to cover him while that's happening.
Yeah, Simple's just giving Guardian time to peek into this bomb site, and that's a little unfortunate for Guardian. He wanted to jump up with no sound, makes a footstep, just missed the jump. Entering with an AWP is not an easy thing. There's the Krieg, and a nice shot from Guardian. He's one of the guys who can pull it off. And how have they found themselves in? This is going to be crushing for the Ninjas.
That was Simple just holding that corner, so Guardian was checking the other side. I think Forrest was about half a second away from taking out Guardian, and that would have been the end of the round. Instead, they just opened that up. And for NiP, that's going to be counted as one of the rounds that, you know, they had to win.
They look back on it.
Win rounds like that.
Yeah, and they're like, they'll just say, you know, we let that slip away somehow. Either way, Lecco can still recover this. He has no kit, and okay, he can't recover it. I was kidding.
Just kidding.
It's all jokes. It's just banter.
Yeah, you know, it's probably not for NiP, you know. They're not enjoying it.
No, but I mean, you pointed out earlier, they did a good job in that very small streak. Like somehow the fact that they've had a losing bonus starting to rebuild up, but the fact they've lost 3 of 4 and they still have funds to fight with in this last round, that's actually, I mean, I guess the silver lining that you'd reach for is that they're not completely devoid of weaponry in this final round of the half.
Yeah, if there's any kind of a positive that can be gleaned from this, that probably is it. 15th round, last of the half. Flamey looking for Plubsky and Twist, and yeah, as soon as that happens, Plubsky's attention surely is going to be, even if he doesn't move the crosshair, just in his mind, he's going to be thinking, wait a minute, that's a lot of the defense behind me gone.
This is such a cool play from NaVi. 2 kills. If you're a defender, you're obviously thinking they're definitely going to be attacking this bomb site. Everyone's rotated over. Oh, and Boomich, he's got to be a little upset that flank, that push did not work out. He was coming in for the backstab. And now creeping in slowly is Electronic. Lecro doesn't spot the head, so Electronic, oh, there it is. Now he has the intel. And NaVi, they have such an advantage, and they didn't pounce on it when they had the chance. Now they're in a real fight.
Simple with the UMP, still able to pick up Lecro. It's a 2-on-2 now. Simple exchanging for the Krieg. And Guardian will win that fight against Forrest. Rez, long range here. Simple looks like he just even wants to fight him for a minute. It's like, you know what? I'm so ready for that. Now he's going to pick up the bomb instead. Fake it a single time. And walking back, he's got time. He could theoretically go to the other side, but waiting to see if he could figure out where Rez is before he tries for it again. Oh, wait, is he going to go to try and challenge him? It looked like he wanted to. Now it's going to be the full plant instead. And Rez should at least have him pinned down behind the box. Simple, trying for the shoulder peaks, and yeah, that's going to give it up. Now he definitely knows he's got all the chances here, but Rez so quick with the headshot. That's actually pretty impressive. A triple kill for him and a saved round. NiP with 6 rounds.
And fair play to Rez, because NiP absolutely needed to get up to 6. That is a beautiful finish to the half for the defense, and they held on as best they could. That early barrage that they came back from, well done, but a nice half from NaVi, and at halftime we're going to Frankie.
We are. Thank you so much, Moses and Anders. A huge cheer of relief from NiP in celebration there. Simple, however, after losing that duel against Rez, didn't look too bothered, just got out his hand warmer, just had a little rub, and he's ready for round 2, as we will be after the break.
Welcome back to the action, ladies and gentlemen. It's NaVi versus NiP here for the second half at CORSAIR DreamHack Masters. Still the first map at a best of 3. NiP really not off to a good start, even though we had great shots and some great individual performances, but NaVi looked really well. I like that. I like the fact that Boom was just playing this solo agent.
Yeah, that was cool.
Flanks or just pushing up, and I think that's such a fun way to see them play.
It made me relatively uneasy when I was watching it initially in the start of that half, just because, you know, he's alone clearing a lot of portions of the map.
Yes.
And I think if they continue that strategy on Overpass, I think that's an area where I think teams will look at them on the CT side and say, we can exploit that. If Boomich is going to be alone here, let's get aggressive and let's find that fight. So it'll be interesting to see how that develops, but certainly it worked out in a very cool fashion for them in this game.
Popsky with the upgraded weapon. But otherwise, NiP just hoping to get close. They've got a single smoke, so once that's been popped, you've got to think that there won't be much else but just pushing forward.
I mean, still pretty spread across the map for this NiP offense, which is giving. I mean, there's a lot of chances here for Simple to find a kill, and very few chances for NiP to trade it. That's why, I mean, he doesn't feel any pressure, so he's more than willing to just kind of peek into off angles and bathrooms. They've spotted one at long, which is going to commit Electronic for the moment to this A defense, as will the utility, you'd imagine. But this feels like a fake for the NiP side.
It does. I think Plopsky just wanted to sneak in a kill, but instead it's Forrest getting one, and now they're sort of backing up. Flamey realizing there's going to be a lot of trouble here. That's a beautiful grenade, but it won't stop the bomb plant. Flamey trying to get close then. That's also close enough for the Glocks to be effective. 2 versus 5 at the moment. NiP, great call, and they found the perfect timing as NaVi was sort of drawing back a bit of that defense. That's very well done. Nothing really left for Electronic and Guardian to do at this point, except maybe sneak in some freaky kills. That one.
It's not too freaky. It's just, you know, it's standard freaky.
Yeah, it wasn't amazing, but it was a good steal.
Yeah, right at the end. Extra $300, smoke in the next round if you choose it. Guardian's got one as well, and
allowing for scouts.
Ooh.
Electro?
Surely hears this the whole way. I'm not sure why Lekro is so dedicated to the hunt. He's out for blood. He's been overtaken by the bloodlust.
Dangerous, some might say, when you've got a long way back and a mission to accomplish here. Want to keep everything cool at the current point in time. They are Swedes though, so I guess they've got that Viking stuff going on.
A little bit of Viking stuff. You guys have some of that as well?
Yeah, I think on the Viking front we beat them a lot of the time at least.
I would expect someone from Denmark to say that about Denmark.
You know what? We used to own like half of Sweden.
What happened?
Let's not talk about that. We got real greedy. Tried to own much of the rest of Europe, and then, you know,
got slapped down a little bit.
Yeah.
It happens, you know.
It's a real shame as well. It was, you know, like right around, you know, the time when they started bringing out real technology, and we were like, oh man.
You could have been in a good position.
We could have had a lot of it, you know. It's like we went big early in the game when it really didn't matter, and then now.
So like NiP.
A little bit like NiP. It's a very sad story. Now, there are some CZs. There's a scout in play. There's a Deagle there as well. Actually, 2 of them. One on Flamey and one on Simple. NiP being very careful. Rez has already dropped a bit low. Lekro is checking out the one side of the map and not finding anybody, so see what they do with that info.
This is, oh, that is a big kill to find. I was going to say, this is getting a bit worrying with the time running down, considering some of the utility. Guardian's left all alone at A. There's one more smoke on Electronic. He's at the Toxic Barrels. And if NiP commit too late to attack on the B bomb site, those smokes, one just went up right now. That'll clear, what, around the 13-second mark? This is going to be the hit. 3 players to defend. Guardian rotating over as well. NaVi in the perfect position, but can they stop it?
Oh, I'm getting real scared. 2 CCs to hold against 3 people coming through the tunnel. They are just like fish in a barrel in there. Boomich getting a good kill. Guardian there as well. 8 seconds. If the bomb drops now, it's a disaster, and he almost had that Simple. He can still interrupt it. Oh, he's going to get shot down. The bomb will be planted, and Twist will find the last kill. That is right on the edge, ladies and gentlemen. Plopsky though with a triple, Twist with a double, and NiP win that round.
Yeah, it's got to be a sigh of relief from the NiP side. That's how sketchy it can get. If Ploffy doesn't get that kill on Boomich, if Boomich makes it around the corner, round's over. Like, that's as simple as it is. He gets those 2 kills and he survives the sandbags. You can't plant that bomb. 1 round away, NiP from tying up the scoreline.
I'm noticing Flamey only has 3 kills.
Ooh, I didn't notice that.
Well, they've been playing really well NaVi, so maybe we had no cause to even look for anything.
Oh, yeah, well, that's the other side of the coin, right? Simple's got 17 and Guardian has 16.
They are fumbling around with this triple boost. A lot of fumbling. They're trying to get the Deagle on top, and it works. They weren't fumbling, they just timed it perfectly.
they knew what was coming all along. They were just so far ahead of the game.
Like slightly a clown show, wasn't it? Just like, who's on top? Like, trying to...
An old comedy sketch, who's on first?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, all 5 players, I mean, NaVi is reading this perfectly. These last 2 rounds, they've been able to stack up these bomb sites. That one Deagle shot from Simple, it's not going to give away the game. And the bomb and the rest of NiP more and more committed. They still have time to fall back if they want to. And And they still have a massive advantage, so they might not even be thinking of retreating as an option. Boomich, they just saw him at B. Maybe that's the giveaway that there's a stack here.
You're right, it could be some damage coming out. Flamey finding his 4th kill. Not bad at all, actually. Even a dink coming in on Lekro. That's going to be Guardian to follow it up. And now I'm getting real scared. A 1 versus 2 when they turn the round. Guardians ending up with a double kill. And that, I don't know. That did not seem necessary. There could have been a different call, Simple. That's a smile you don't want to see.
No, it's not. He does look happy these days. Yeah, this is great. And Guardian even realizing at that time, he's like, no, I have a crossfire set up. Even though it's just 2 USPs, they can't get to me. Electronic will stop them, and then he peeks out, juggles the aggression, 10-8. So NaVi keep that lead narrowly, just barely. But because of the damage in the last round, look at what NiP has to fight with. This is a phenomenal chance for NiP to bolster for NaVi to bolster their economy early on by having a clean round here.
Ooh, Lekro. Could have caught Simple. Was just about to. Simple aware that someone could be there. They're trying to hunt him down. Guardian, what a teammate.
So good. He's so good.
Just saving him. Simple still having a hard time. Actually, he's so worried about falling back, but they escort him out of there. A little VIP mission going on there.
We love those. We love the VIP missions. All passed over to Simple so he can play farther back with the AWP. Guardian with the high HP to keep space. He's going to regress. I like this. I feel like I haven't seen Guardian play this way in some time. Good kill. That's the bomb down as well. He'll call everyone. Communication being passed along. And Rez and Lekro. They have the one deagle on Lekro. That's far, far back towards the top stairs. But it's an easy fight for Guardian to win.
And this is the Glock on Rez. Oh. Tag through. Simple. Get the kill. Yeah. That's, I don't know. You feel so sneaky right up until the bullet comes through the wall. And you're like, oh, well.
How did he know?
I'll just give up on that. 11-8. It's not really much of a round gap, but I have this feeling that NaVi are just so far ahead.
Yeah, well, I mean, especially the way they read them in the second and third round, that was really cool to watch. That's going to be worrying.
Yeah.
And obviously, Simple and Guardian playing to this level and topping the scoreboard in such a fashion, those players, when they are performing at this level, can dictate so much. They have such a massive impact. Surely Twist saw that.
Yeah, I think the whole play that he's made actually so far is for this kind of a fight. Oh, but he looks away a bit and could have been in trouble there. Well, they're gonna back off that aggression, and but still, that's a little duo, Simple and Guardian, just playing together. And
what a scary prospect if you're a team that wants to attack towards bathrooms and wants to take over this part of the map, that have this pairing to be the defenders. Guardian a little bit late on the scope. We'll miss a chance. This is the follow-up chance as well above the smoke. Plopsky spamming through. Dangerous game with those tracers. But still no real pressure being applied by NiP at the moment, and they just don't have any nades. They have 2 smokes left. No flashbangs.
And look at Boomich. He is snuck into T-spawn. So there's a timer on this round. I mean, there's obviously the one in the middle, but the second one on Boomich in some sense could be wrecking this whole thing. Simple holding close, and they're just counting the seconds. Boomich obviously calling in on the radio the whole time, just saying, just hold on. I'm going to be there in 10 seconds, and they will have no chance. They know what's coming here. Now we've got this whole round red, and Simple going to turn the corner. Big double kill to open it up with. The bomb is dropped back there, and no one's going to have a chance. Boomich getting none of the kills, but doing all of the work.
And that's too slow of a round for NiP if you're going to give up control of that much of the map, or at least information, right? If you don't have the information that Boomich is pushing out, if you don't have anyone spotting for that kind of aggression from the defense, then you can't slow play the round through bathrooms the whole time. I mean, I have to imagine it's a little bit of what I mentioned, a little bit of that fear and the fact that Simple and Guardian enjoy being aggressive, working together very well in bathrooms with the AWP.
It's fun when we get, I mean, that would be such a cool story, and oh, dear.
That
seemed very aggressive.
I was going to say, it felt oddly violent for just like a standard headshot.
A lot of force behind that for some reason. We've had it in the past where we've had, really great sort of partnerings in certain bomb sites or just on certain maps. I mean, Crimsolov was
that's the standard, isn't it?
That's them. But even Device and Dupree, right? Even when Device wasn't doing a lot of overthing, when they just both had rifles. Yeah, Guardian Simple as something you just want to try and avoid.
Well, the Guardian Simple was like the dream of CIS, the way, you know, Kenny S and Shox playing together was for the French team. That was always like, when they joined that team together, it was just like, this is going to be so cool.
Yeah.
And it didn't work out the way it was designed for whatever reason. And they've addressed it very much. It wasn't personal issues. There was no issues outside the game. It was just purely in terms of the game itself. And both also acknowledging that they've changed as people and players since then. So at least the early returns on Guardian coming back into NaVi are phenomenal, especially in this map. Guardian has 22 kills.
Yeah.
Simple has 21. And they're both sitting Guardian at 100 ADR, Simple at 109 ADR.
Hard to deal with, isn't it? Certainly NiP haven't found the way to do that just yet. 2 versus 4 in this round. They're trying to see if they can get close to a bomb plant or anything like it. Forest is going to be going down, adding another 2 kills in this round to Guardian's scoreline. 13-8 now, and well, what is the way back here? 5-round gap. It's hard to say, isn't it?
It really is. I mean, I feel like we haven't even really had a chance to see this NiP offense quite yet. You know, stopped early, losing in that 3rd round to pretty much just pistols. A couple gun rounds we've had have been pretty slow played. You'd like to see the calls made in the mid round a bit more assertive, a bit more aggressive. And again, speaking of which, we've got Simple pushed all the way up. Guardian looking at the staircase behind him, and this time Simple's going to be very, very committed. He's no longer just content to chill over towards party and find some information and maybe find a small skirmish.
Oh dear. Well, Twist actually looked like he was kind of thinking about that possibility. Forest coming back to take the fight, but Simple will drop both, and well, what can you say about that?
I think Twist is even caught off guard. He's like, okay, we got in a fight, and yeah, Simple won that in a big way, but there's no way he turns even wider and continues that aggression, and that's exactly what he did. Flamey is put in a really tough spot. Lekro forced off by the Molotov, and Flamey's going to try and evacuate that position. Such low HP, but he sticks around for the fight as well. And a headshot in his favor, and now this NiP squad, they're just losing way too many players, so this goes down. Good follow-up peek from Boomich. And Plopsky's left alone. And that was just a very scattered hit, it felt like. Force and Twist go down, and Rez and Lekro are like, all right, well, let's attack B and just see what we can find and see if we can create the opportunities and obviously shut down in every way.
Yeah, I expect it's very hard to come up with like a coherent response when you lose 2 players and the bomb that far across the map. It's like, what do you even do? Do you go back and try and fight to pick up the bomb? But that could take you a whole round, you know?
Yep.
Or do you just, try and fight and hope that you get the entries down at B, and at least then maybe you have some time. Lekro calling a tactical timeout here at a 14-8 lead for NaVi, and a lot of money in their favor as well. Simple with 12,400. So you can buy for a while into the future.
I'm really excited to see this NaVi team in the playoffs.
Yeah,
really excited for that.
For a long time, you had that feeling that it was like a waste of obviously sort of a legendary name in Counter-Strike, but also just all the players that were on here. Like, come on, guys, like we all want this to work, and it just really hasn't been. So this is I agree. This is cool, and we'll see how it goes in the playoffs. Certainly, there's a lot of promise in this. You can tell. Well, they're going to try and rush B with a lot of MAC-10s running through the fire and some grenades. Flamey getting a chance there, and they're getting shot down. That was Boomich with 2 big kills on Rez and Plopsky to end that whole fight.
Even Flamey just fully blind, able to transfer over, grab that headshot. Everything going wrong for NiP. And Twist, it's time to just be aggressive, take some fights. 3 members of NaVi are here controlling the bomb. This should be a 15th round. I don't see a way out of this from Twist. It would have to be him hitting that shot, incredibly transferring down and behind him to Boomich.
It would have been wild.
Would have been some superhero stuff.
Well, we won't rule it out, but yeah, that lineup for Boomich is so good. What's that, a quad kill in the round for him?
Yep, that was the 4th right at the end, coming through Monster.
Trying to catch up to Simple and Guardian. It's going to take a while, but 15-8. It is the first map in a best of 3, so I guess that is the good news for NiP. But the bad news is, I feel like they have not had many answers, and well, Lekro didn't even turn the corner, did he?
Peace.
Yeah, he's out cold.
If that was a movie, Guardian would deliver a really sick one-liner. Oh, Boomich. aggressive. Rez isn't even prepared for this. There's the flashbang. He can't watch both angles, especially when he has no eyes. And NaVi with the boost, and then the follow-up aggression. That's got to catch you off guard if you're NiP.
3 versus 5, and again, one of these rounds that it feels like the round starts with NiP having to solve some impossible, you know, puzzle to try and get back into the game. Like, how do you do this with, I mean, some time on the clock, sure, but your map control is pretty much non-existent. 2 versus 5. I don't think this can be solved.
I don't think so either. This is an impossible puzzle for Forest and Twist. Especially considering Boomich is peering in towards the door just to get the spot. If they can't get this kill clean, if he's able to spot them and get away and they have the information of where they are on the map, just like that, then it just gets worse. Flamey's still pushed out. He can just turn around.
Turn around and be ready for it. Twist going to run right into that shot. Now 1 versus 5 here for the last Ninja in every way. 15 seconds on the clock, and this first map working out very well for NaVi. A 16-8 victory as they take down NiP. We'll see how it goes, obviously, on map number 2, but that's a very exciting NaVi to be watching. I'm happy for this.
48 kills between Simple and Guardian. And yeah, I think that's got to be the takeaway, is what a very just clean, easy game. It wasn't like it was super dominant. It wasn't like 16-4, it wasn't like exceptionally dominant, but they had no issues whatsoever. Like, there was no challenges.
Not really, right?
And I feel like it.
And even, I mean, Boomich was playing such a high-risk role and running around and doing solo missions. He still did really good. Like, that was fun to see. So, and Flamey wasn't even doing much. Maybe he didn't have to, but in a game where Flamey's even playing, you know, just to his average level, that would be even worse. So,
well, we have the desk. They're ready to talk things over. They're chomping at the bit. I can hear it in my ear.
Yeah, Jason, can you really hear us chomping though? Is that loud?
But we don't get a response.
That was actually pretty loud.
That was pretty good.
That was good.
I'm sorry. That's kind of probably.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, let's not do that. Let's instead
don't do that
talk
at home,
about
kids.
Yeah, that's probably not healthy for you at all. Let's talk about Overpass and how that is the start of the series that might be ending sooner than we expected. Inferno next on the cards, but let's begin to dissect what just happened.
Didn't we all predict NaVi?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe not sooner than we expected, but in the similar scenes to what we saw from NaVi on Overpass earlier in the tournament, right? When they came out on Overpass, they had a closer T side, right? It's the harder of the sides for them to have prepped for in a week. But then when the CT side comes up, the individuals just put up a wall, right? We saw this here once again. They're playing off each other so fantastically well. And I think what is testament to that is the highlight I'm sure we'll see in minutes time, where they just had a couple of USPs, a P250 and a Deagle around the truck at the A-bomb site. And they're able to win what is basically a full eco. So things are looking very good for NaVi on their home map.
It really is, and I mean, thinking about that A-bomb site, it becomes so much more difficult when you have a Guardian holding Simple's back and Simple holding Guardian's back. I mean, these guys, as you mentioned, they play so well off each other, and it's really just understanding the points of contact. Simple, he was the main opera for NaVi for such a long time. He understands how to work those bathroom areas, how to fall back into the site, so he understands exactly what Guardian's going to be doing, where the weaknesses are going to be when they're attacking, and he capitalizes on it every single time.
Let's not dismiss the fact that NaVi did pick into Overpass, right? So let's continue down this pathway that is the last best of 3 of the day and talk about what is Inferno. And, well, potentially with NiP, is there a chance for them here on the second map of the series?
There's definitely a chance, because we saw them versus Mousesports in the opening of their tournament, and they were able to take the victory there on Inferno. And that was a game where they were even losing opening kills, but then they were able to stroll and execute with just basic Counter-Strike onto the B-bomb side, onto the A-bomb side. Lekra was winning clutches, and they were just trading more efficiently at that point of the game. So instead of going in and going 1-for-1 after they had lost the opening kill, they were almost getting 3 kills without a response from Mousesports on several rounds, something that I really kept note of. If they're able to do the same thing against a team like NaVi, I'm going to be very impressed.
And I really like the fact that you mentioned basic Counter-Strike, because I think that is one of the strengths of a newer team, and especially a team like NiP, just using simple math, simple basics of entering a site. You understand how many defenders there are going to be, process of elimination, and just getting into those choke points. That rotation from A to B is quite long, and a lot of the times you're able to just cut off that rotation by putting a little bit of pressure towards that arch side. So NiP definitely kept it simple, and I think if they're able to do that here, not talking about NaVi simple, then they'll have a better shot at making this competitive.
And just quickly for everybody, it's going to be difficult for us to give you too much on NaVi, right? Because once again, they haven't played too many maps. We can say the same thing for NiP, but we've at least seen Inferno. So for NaVi in the past, we know that it was a map where Zeus, you know, is cross-firing the bomb site with Electronic at some point, and they moved him over towards the B bomb site. Now that they don't have Zeus there, I'm going to be curious to see how they set their chess pieces up on the CT side, and I'm going to see if Blade is going to go for something a little bit more traditional, more like an Astralis, you know, will go for very heavy banana control. The NaVi of old on Inferno, on their T side, was also very heavy, on their CT side, sorry, was also very heavy with gamble stacks. That's not something you necessarily want to be relying on when you have all these star-studded players in the server.
Yeah, and just like Anders was talking about, Flamey just showing up in any capacity more than he did is going to prove to be a big thorn in the side of the Ninjas' pajamas. I think that being a missing element really isn't missing at all if you think about it.
No, that was like a lot of the games I used to play against like Australian teams with my squad. I didn't have to get any kills, but we still won. And that's the way I like to do it. You know, you don't have to worry about your mechanical ability if everyone else get the kills for you.
You work smarter, not harder, Christine.
Yeah, you work smarter, harder. Man, it's 2019, and this right now, everyone, I think mechanics and skill, it's just standard. It's a given, right? I think you can assume and automatically that these players and these teams are already at a certain level, and when it comes to that point, you have to start using your other strengths. You have to start using your teammates as tools for you to succeed and get the W.
Well, let's succeed right now and get the Keck W as we look forward to the second map of the series. With Inferno in the cards, it's going to be the Ninjas in Pajamas that have picked it. Coming up after the break will be that second map. Will NaVi be able to close this out and head into that semifinal in the arena? We're going to find out when we come back after the break.